Great long gap between this track and the next, or an intro. Algae, you silly band, you silly band. A 20 fucking second gap between, or a bunch of cuts. Right, plus this is fucking the same song, but in 3/3. Oh, okay. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to report someone for re-uploading under different names or really Buenos dias. Buenos dias, mi amigo. I almost jumped into Discord with you and Mike the other day, but I'd just gotten back and was eating food. So, how is he doing? I hope he's alright. I've been kind of missing his, well, not missing, I've been, shit, I've had a fucking nicotine patch sitting away for days. Just hanging off me at this point. Nice. So, stick one of these on. Give us some pain. Right, sorted. Nicotine. Coffee. Reckon I'll be going on a break in no time. I tried to do some painting on a train this month. Well, this weekend. It wasn't happening. I can kind of view us playing up a little bit. One second it thinks there's one person who's turning up. Next it thinks there's two people turning up. Right. A bit of mullein leaf extract. Put my gloves on. Let me get you over here too. Sorry about that. Tarkov screwing my sleep pattern again, frankly. My own discipline. Hey, we were here on time. So that's something, I guess.
being on time is an important thing. You want to be on time to shit. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. I hope people have enjoyed themselves, whatever they've been up to. But it's been a wholesome one. I've been and hung out with my brother and watched some Tintin. Had some food with him. Hang out with a friend. Didn't go rock climbing, although that was on the cards. I think it looks like that's next time I'm down there, which will be in another 2 weeks for my mum's birthday. My mum was selling stuff at an arts and crafts fair, which is like a charity thing as well. Like a charity... it's like a charity event in terms of it's set up for like a raffle. Like when you enter, you like join the raffle, and the raffle's for the charity, I think. But if you buy the crafts off of people, then you're buying the crafts off people and they get the money. It was some really nice crafts. I got some footage that probably is crap, but we'll give it a go. Good, we're at least 10 minutes in before I swore. Wasn't an F-bomb, could be worse. I've clearly, and this clearly why there's a little bit of a mess on my desk on a Monday morning, is me frantically trying to get my materials for painting miniatures on a train out of my paint station, basically. There you go. I think we'll change the music. This is not my vibe. This is not my style. So is that the guy's name? That's it. Okay, cool. Oh, that's the Discord mute button, not the fucking microphone mute button. Hold the phone. Yeah, I went to my Discord page, not my sounds page. Sorry, chap. Well, I coughed away from the microphone. So hopefully it wasn't that bad. You have to tell me if I just ruined your morning with my cough or something. This is obviously what we have at the moment. We need to push this on big time. Need to do all of them. I'm gonna get well, we'll see. Fuck knows how much I get done. We will see. I think I'm gonna sack off even looking at the box art for a little bit with these pink discs. I know exactly what they're doing now, I would say. Yeah. Okay. Really need to be batch painting now. We can't be doing individuals. Should have brought the other disc up to the same point when we were painting it. Probably would have saved ourselves a little bit of time. Good, focus is good. That's it. Is it the Sarlacc pit? Is that what they have in Star Wars? That is basically this. It's like the same exact design, just slightly different dimensions. Yeah, I need to chase Mike up about that brush and Apollo's as well, and find out like what's going on with both of those things, because I'm a little bit worried that either they're not arriving and are lost or something, or these or they've like not been sent, and I'm confused as to when they were going to get sent. Been watching videos on the file dumps that have been coming out and people who have been sifting through them. It's been interesting. Hey, you listening? Just have to work on important invoice, dude. No worries. Sarlacc pit, it is nice one. I'm gonna pop chat out so I don't miss you guys. There you go. I should get some paints on my palette because this is already pretty low, this shadow non-metallic gold that we're using to base coat the teeth and bones. There we go. Hopefully I caught that in time. This is Asher Fullero playing. Should have changed. Yeah, so we do have it actually showing the title of the track. I think this guy has a lot of stuff on YouTube, so it might satiate our musical needs for the day. And it's generally pretty peaceful stuff. To mute him. Actually managed to mute myself that time. Well done, GG. Yeah, interesting sort of developments coming out of that document that or the document dumps that have come out, which look like they were probably released to be deliberately difficult to sift through, and people have been developing AI tools and things that will specifically be able to deal with such kind of data dumps, and it's going to be free for everyone to use apparently, and someone's going to basically release this kind of AI that you can download and use for your own kind of work and investigations and stuff, maybe just projects as well, for project planning. Looks very interesting. Let's get these highlighted. Yeah, I'm using ivory and mixing it in, aren't I? It's very my usual, kind of become my usual bone recipe, although bone does have a lot more variety in it than that, or can have. Bit more of my coffee. Get this one up to the same spot, which is basically where we can do gold shading. We get the gold shading done and the pink highlights. So pink highlights will be next after the teeth. Then we'll do the base of the gold. Should really be doing the outside teeth probably at the same time, just consciously touching of the model as I keep painting it. But oh, I didn't at everyone. I did not at everyone, but I found the server that's been pissing me off in Discord with its incessant beeps and boops from notifications. I found out, quite pleasantly surprised to find out that it was my mate's Discord. His Darkroom's Discord. His Discord is absolutely popping off a lot of the time. A lot of activity. To the point at which you think it's spam or something, you know? You're like, what the fuck? Where is all this coming from? tiny bit of guff on the brush. I'm just going to use slightly more ivory in the same mix, just ivory and non-metallic gold from Reaper mixed together in various different ways. So the base coat was the gold non-metallic shade colour. Just mixed in some ivory for the first striations, and we've mixed in more ivory, and we're covering less area, more towards the tip of the spiky teeth claw things. Not 100% sure if they do this with striations or they do it with blends that are more smooth on the box art. They may use striations, but typically with like claw teeth for chaos, I will do this. Do striations for like horns, claws, not teeth. Generally not teeth. Teeth just get teeth too small unless they're in a big mouth of some beast. I actually need to go in with the middle colour on these teeth at the bottom. If the music's too loud, let me know. If there's anything audio-wise with the stream you want me to know about, just put it in chat. More videos coming out about Bovaer cows getting ill. I hear reporting of, have not confirmed, but hear more reporting from people that Bovaer is killing cattle and making them ill. I've not confirmed the veracity of these reports, but I am not remotely surprised, and if you had asked me, I probably would have told you that. Like, oh yeah, it's probably some product to like reduce the population of cows on the planet by mad people. A torment nexus must be built. Yeah, quite. Yeah. Madness, innit? Madness. I need to read that. I need to fucking read that really badly. Oh, I'm gonna have to replace these pinks, I think. On the palette. Yeah. Yeah, is that what you're like now, are you? Is that what you've turned into over the weekend? Fuck. It's a shame. Big dollop of pink paint looks very workable, feels very workable. Doesn't have a massive build-up of water or medium. And I haven't even left the palette completely closed the whole weekend. Because closing it is often too much. I actually want it like with a tiny little gap on, I find, but is that Philip K. Dick book? I forget. Yeah, and I have to do my accounts today, so when I finish I've got to become an accountant for rust mat from stirring. So I can see that I've got lion's mane powder on my spoon. I don't want to waste any of it. No, but doesn't the Torment Nexus, like, isn't the Torment Nexus a concept within a book or something? Someone was saying that, weren't they, in like a stream a couple of weeks ago. Someone was saying like that it's in some sort of book about like AI. It's a sci-fi book about AI, and it's got like, okay, I'll just look at it. Sure, someone was saying that's in a book. It's a trope of creating a product that was originally described in fiction as something that for the benefit of humanity should never be created. Right. It's spawned by the viral tweet, which used the catchphrase, and used to describe such occurrences. Examples include MoviePass's eye-tracking technology similar to a Black Mirror episode, and Netflix's Squid Game reality show based on a show of the same name that was intended as a commentary on capitalism and human exploitation. Origin, blah 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 blah. Okay, so it's just from that guy's tweet. It's not actually... There isn't a book called Don't Create the Torment Nexus, which is... It's just his tweet. It's just his fucking tweet. Okay. We'll just have a moment. Let's just have a non-painting moment. It's like Alex Bleckman on the Meta Twitter, or... What do you mean? Meta? On Twitter. Basically, I don't know what the confusion over that is. Metaverse, meta, Twitter. So yeah, on Twitter, Alex Bleckman said that. Right, okay. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It is a very, very good post. It is a very good Twitter post. Because it's accurate. You know? It's it's good because like we all relate to this. We all understand that it does seem as though these tech companies are just trying to create the thing that all the sci-fi novels have tried to warn them not to create. I'm still of the mind. I still like the older. I like to invert the old adage, you know, of don't ascribe to malice what you can ascribe to ignorance or idiocy or all sorts of different versions of it, really. But I just like to turn it on its head. If tech companies are saying that they're building the Torment Nexus, then you can trust that they're building the Torment Nexus. You should take them at their word. Another derivative of it is the orphan crushing machine. Jesus fuck. What an awful idea. Orphan Crushing Machine is feel-good news stories on the surface, but if you dig a bit further, they're usually depressing. Right? Okay. I've not heard of that. Right, so that's... The meme is The meme is for that. It's for feel-good news stories on the surface, but if you dig a bit further, they're usually depressing. Right, so yeah, like Live Aid, right? Like Live Aid on the surface looked like a really good idea. Dig a little further, you just a huge embezzlement operation, which like involved like African warlords and and the BBC, basically. Like it shouldn't be possible to repeat these things and say these sentences. Those shouldn't be sentences that I just said. They shouldn't really. So fucked up. So fucked up. You have to laugh or you would cry. Really, right? Yeah, teacher in hospital has colleagues donate their time off to him. The teacher in hospital has colleagues donate their time off to him. What? Is that like an example of the orphan crushing machine or something? Like, it sounds really nice, but like, actually... so dark. Holy shit, that's such a dark... joke. Joke? Sure, let's call it a joke for now. And not an observation of actual reality. It's a prime example, right? In America, because it's fucked. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, do you know what? Like, what was it? Like, Mike Disney was doing a charity drive, and I wish I had money at the time, but it's one of those things where you're just like, it's so fucked up that, like, an American music teacher was having to like do a charity drive to get funds so that his music class could have music instruments. And I know that they kind of like meant to like go around the parents first and stuff, but I don't know, man. It's just it's just a little bit, it is a little bit upsetting in a principled kind of way, I guess, to a degree. How little the educators of the next generation are cared for, and you know how poorly they're treated or whatever. But also, to be fair, there's a lot of ideological bullshit in education that makes it all a bit of a mess as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the orphan crusher. No, I like that, and it fits. It's a good fit, because it's like, it's just something kind of awful. Right? That, you know, like in a better world, wouldn't be set up that way, or... Unreal, man. Unreal. Well, hopefully today we can do what we can a little bit towards less orphan crushing machine shit. I don't think I typically contribute towards that kind of stuff, but I think I'm probably going to go into YouTube Studio today and get rid of, like, cut out the section of the video where I'm having a go at Mark, because it doesn't need to be in the YouTube stream. I'll just I'll put a little edit in or something which says, at this point, Mark decided he would be a twat, and now he doesn't, now he's not here. Rip Mark, or something like that, and just replace that whole section, because I don't really get any painting done. I'm just having a go at him. So that's a couple of streams last week I've got to go through to clear him out of the... maybe I shouldn't bother. I mean, at the end of the day, if people are catching up through our content and they can't handle that, then they're not really a good fit. And I think a lot of people agreed that I was justified in doing what I did and getting rid of Mark from the channel for his behaviour. So it's nice to know that I'm not alone on that one. Townsend's in the Orphan Crushing Machine. Don't you dare put them in the Orphan Crushing Machine. Please. As long as they don't actually get crushed in the Orphan Crushing Machine. I'd be very sad to see all this painting work get crushed, but madder things have happened in the world. I mean, I'd like it if that was happening, you know, that it was content I was creating for clicks, but yeah, Asher Filero is a pretty reliable shout for some pretty chill classical piano music. It's a good chill vibe. Keep things nice and relaxed for today's stream. I need to be more methodical on these pink positioning. Let's just go clockwise. Let's go clockwise on it all. Should pay 1,000 cents to put them in the Orphan Crush Machine. Magnus is out for milk and ciggies. That's such a great idea and title. And with a little bit of AI, could no doubt make it look like we have crushed 1,000 suns. Could be done. But you would and should tell YouTube that you're using AI, because otherwise I think they do throttle that stuff. Not that I have used AI in any of my videos. Such an idea is anathema, although, well, apart from script writing prompts and skeletons that I can fuck around with, which I have stopped doing completely and have sworn off of. I've got a couple of scripts that I'm writing at the moment. I don't know why I ever bothered really using AI for any of them, because most of the time I ended up spending more time fixing what it would produce so it fits my own style of prose and delivery than I would have done if I just wrote it myself, which was kind of a suspicion I had for a while. I thought, I bet really, like, I end up spending more time editing an AI script than I do just making my own. And I'm pretty sure we're talking like maybe a half hour at most is saved. Like chiseling the prompt, getting a decent response, looking through the response, realizing it's not really how you would want to deliver it. It's not like your style. Completely rewriting it. At which point, it's just not worth it. It's a total waste of time. It's just going to be using it for like technical problem-solving things, I think, in the future. Things that it can't lie about, you know, or hallucinate over. And maybe one that can run off of my own PC is also another good shout, so that I'm not contributing towards, I don't know, like, how to put this, contributing towards the increase in electricity bills that people are getting by using these sort of like open AIs that are really just aggregating loads of data on everyone, probably, right? Like, anyway, like, that's no doubt probably the purpose. And get people to be reliant so that they pay for a subscription service. But like, fucking hell, the amount of energy and water consumption and resultant cleanup and whatever, you know, it's it just feels like it's all just a bad idea sometimes. If it wasn't for the fact that there are those moments where it's just like, it seems quite profound what you can get from it occasionally. You know, like you have people who just have their first experience with it as well, and they're like, wow, it helped me solve this and this or something, and you're like, how are we gonna not develop it into I don't know, all very serious for a mini painting stream and on a Monday morning, maybe a little bit too serious. Maybe a little too serious. Maybe a little too serious. Okay, stop with that. We are just using, I'm thinking, Emperor's Children right now. Yes, we're using Emperor's Children. We'll go to a mix of this and Full Grown Pink in a moment. I don't think we actually use full-on Fulgrims because it's very bright, although I probably should, because I will want it to match everywhere else in terms of volume, as often is the case, always the case really with GW stuff, is the volumes sort of match across a model. Big old bit of guff on the end of my brush, but I'm just ignoring it. Should I not ignore it? Like a grain of sand sitting on the end. This is a lovely track, this is. It's messy. Some of those transitions look a little messy from the purple areas. Just feel like it's sort of fine with this. Just feel like it's maybe layering on and looking more opaque than it actually ends up being, this Emperor's Children. A little bit more transparent than I don't know, maybe not. It's about a middle kind of point normal. Cool. Yeah, had a little bike ride over the weekend. Like I say, went on trains to Brum. Couldn't get a seat there or back. It's cancelled trains. Every other train gets cancelled. And they never put extra carriages on. So getting a seat is basically impossible. So I can't really do painting miniatures on a train until we can get enough money to do first class travel, really. It's kind of like the only way to guarantee a seat. pretty much. Which is frustrating, but also just is what it is. There's no two ways about it, really. But although that having been said, I have suggested to someone that I go over to theirs and play some games, and we make a PMO episode out of it. Can't remember if I got much of a response out of them, so might just sack that off. I'll have a look, and if I did get a response, then I will arrange it with them. But if they didn't really respond to it, I'll just make the offer to someone else. Make sure I got the what could arguably be called the hood of these shapes. Right, grab the edges. Make sure we got a decent edge highlight around the whole discs. Move on to full grain pink, or a mix of Emperor's Children and full grain pink, really. Let's get rid of that little bit of guff that's there, sitting on the side. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Oh. Lovely. There's a few little bits actually on this bit. Sure I got them all. Cool, okay. Okay, so I think the Emperor's Children was fine. I think the Fulgrim Pink might be too thin after a weekend on the wet palette. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to soak all of that up. I'm just going to get rid of that off my palette. The Fulgrim's Pink has not survived on the palette well. It's not. It's kind of that awful jelly, like gel, but also like gel mixed with like water that it's not actually mixing with. So really not survived very well on the palette by looks of things. I've just sucked most of the moisture out of it. We'll see if that makes it any better. ever so slightly, but I'm not sure if I'm... That might work. Let's see. New start at work, it seems. Wonder how long he will last. Hopefully he lasts it out and, becomes a part of the team. A valued member. Or if he's like, what the fuck have I gotten in myself into? I'm gonna go with that. I think. Let's get all of these tapped up with some. Start us off. Is he new start like senior position or low position or intermediary? Is it someone you have to manage or? Her position, nothing to do with me. Nice. Nice. Winning. I know why that's a winner. I know why that's a... but I hold to it. Winning. Do all the little small ones for a second. Do the big ones after. Maybe a little dry, I don't know. Maybe we're right actually. Yes, this is okay, I think. Might have to give it a little pink glaze or something. Right, I'll do the others. Hope by a member of the wage cage. No. Wage, yeah, I mean, I guess you're either in the wage cage. I mean, it's not dichotomous in this sense. Of course, there are people who are outside of these things, but you're either in the wage cage or you're in the gig economy. Or you're rich or you're on the dole, I guess. At this point, sort of a bit concerning when you see that kind of stratification of society occurring. Memories of the formation of the Soviet Union. Yeah. Some dots on the top. Nice. Hit our first hour. Done the teeth. Nearly finished the pink highlights on the top. Got to do pink highlights on the bottom, but how nicely did the purple shadow turn out on the underside of that? I think it was 2 parts medium to Lamy medium to the purple wash, just straight over Emperor's Children or something like that, wasn't it? But maybe pulled a couple of places out where there was a little bit of an excess, but it was more or less just a full-on heavy application, and it just came out smooth as fuck. Beautiful purple shading on that pink. Better really on the bottom, annoyingly. But right, I'm going to go on a quick little break, quick little bio break, where I allow my coffee to take its natural effect on me. No, really, it's because I've smoked this weekend more than I should have done. I'm feeling it on my chest. Yeah, this one's a bit smoother, but we went a little bit less heavy on the purple wash with this one. Okay. Right, I will be right back. God bless, have fun, enjoy the music, enjoy the models. I'll be back in just a moment, give you 5 minutes. I am going to add everyone in the Discord. Oh. Do a spelling mistake in at everyone. Great job. Gloves. Oh, should just, you probably. Do you get that? Do you hear that? You probably do when I'm talking. I think it's time for a chair. Quick chair tighten. One thing that is something I've become very conscious of is that I need to buy a spare bulb or two for the halogen for my mag lamp, and I also need to replace already, which I can't help but think it's a bit of a joke really, but sorry, go on, you bugger. Get in. There you go. The LED light that keeps me lit up is buggered. As a little example, if I oh no, it'll let me lower it right now. I mean, if I push it up, maybe it's because it's warmed up. I think it sort of becomes less buggy, I think, as it warms up. Let me see if I can get the temperature the way I like it. Okay, no. Interesting. Not that way, at least. Yeah, flick it a bit there. Okay, can we... Okay, so it's I think it's just that it needs warming up or something. It's almost like the circuit board in it like has a little... You know, battery, like a CMOS battery or something, I don't know. Because now it's acting absolutely normally and I'm getting all the full ranges out of it. I can dim it, I can raise it, it doesn't suddenly start flicking. But like, if I turn it off by the light switch, when I turn it on the next day, it ain't no good. It's, yeah, it ain't no good when I turn it off. Like if I go and turn my kitchen lights off and then I just absent-mindedly flick all of them off, I go, ah, fuck. That's my immediate reaction now. Because it means that, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So my assumption is that what's going to happen is at some point it will have the fault for such a long period of time that I will have to start stream with the light flickering, basically. And flickering in such a way that may not be too bad, but I'm not sure. It'll have like, it goes from cold to light to middle to cold to light to middle to cold to light to middle. Like, sorry, cold to light, cold to warm to middle to cold to warm. So it just flickers through the three different kind of like warmth settings that it's got. It's not very pleasant to sit in whilst you've got like a kind of mad LED strobe box light going off above you. But I guess, well, I not guess, but I know that there's worse things to deal with. But for recording and when it's my main overhead light to light like an area or me from an overhead, soft overhead position or whatever, it adds quite a lot of light in general, right? It's the important overhead for the stream. To do that is not good. Yeah, you got a bit close there. Was about to make a mistake. Sort of gotten used to holding these discs now so that I don't flick them up towards my paintbrush, which is good. Kind of important. I don't have a moment like that. Yeah, we've got to do more in between where we are. We've gone too high in value on this pink. I've got a lot more smoothing out to do on this one than I did on the other one. I did go heavier on the purple wash. It is just darker. Yeah. Hey, TD, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, it is. It's like, well, it's a big disco light. You know, my light box is welcome in. What is your Monday looking like? Happy Moon Day. Happy Moon Day. It's a big box light, right? It's like this. It's like I can't even roll back far enough. It's a big light, so it's literally like the whole room goes a bit disco. But I prefer a bit more colour in my disco in that respect. You know, I want to see some blue lights. I want to see some red lights. I want to see some green lights and some yellow lights. I want to see all of those lights. Right. At a disco, you got to see at least all of those. Some purples, you know, nothing wrong with throwing a bit of a teal in that light spectrum. It's anyway, yeah. I got to sort both of them out because it's like if they go, then the painting will. The painting won't stop if the overhead goes, but you won't be able to see me talking to you, which might be a bit weird when I'm talking. Although there's plenty of streams which do that. Right, this is what we need to do. We need to build up some little glazes. We need to just do it as quick as we can though, really. So almost do with grabbing some glazing medium and just creating a little pool of a glaze on the palette, maybe. Of course, what I'd often do is I would start off layering and then let it keep painting until I'm at a glaze, and by using a bigger brush. I've gone and fallen myself. I have gone and fallen into the smaller brush. I mean, a lot of people would say a 2 is not a smaller brush for miniature painting, but I believe it is. It's not the sweet spot, I don't think. Colours are looking peak. Bless you. Bless, brother. We've been playing. I played a bit of Tarkov last night. Iron jumped in as well, late. Not late for him, but how's your weekend? I saw family. I saw friends. I was fed a couple of times. Hung out with Banana. I still mean to message him and say thank you for having me. It was lovely to... Always good company. Always bloody good company, Banana is. He played a bit of Zomboid. We watched some videos. I played a bit of Zomboid. It's like that with any brush for sure. Obviously, you see there are phenomenal painters who paint with like, wands. Loads of them. Loads of really good painters that paint with like wands, or zeros or positioning on that is not what I want. Come on. Get rid of that. Got a real froggy throat today. Might not be a bad idea to take the stream deck and just bring it a little bit closer to me so that I can mute for when I want to grumble. This is just going to take a lot less time if I get a big brush. If I pre-mix a glaze with some glaze medium. Might freshen up the palette paper as well, frankly. Yeah, I think we're just going to start with a fresh palette. This is ridiculous, but I kind of want to make a machine that would give me the ability to cut pieces this size out of my own parchment paper. Exactly. But like with so many things sometimes, I do have another pack, and I think that my next pack is actually 2 packs that I've smooshed into one, so I should have like something like either 50 or 100 pieces. So we're sort of pretty well stocked on palette paper. But I didn't expect that to happen to my palette, and it is gross to look at. It's gross to look at. I wonder what I could put in. I wonder whether or not literally just a little drop of bleach in my water that I fill my... Just imagine it would massively deteriorate everything about the palette, and it'd have to be a very slow concentration, and it's going to affect my paint, I would have thought. I'm looking at my foam sponge and thinking I might swap it out and chuck it away, just because it's molded. But I had copper in it and I thought I had enough, but who knows, actually. Maybe that's not bacteria, maybe that is actually viral clusters, to be fair, thinking about it, because doesn't like copper deal with bacteria and silver's the one that you want to deal with viruses? I think that's correct. Don't look at it then. I do have another foam though, and I could swap it out, and I could maybe get a little bit more copper from stripping down some wiring. I do have some sort of like heavy copper somewhere in one of my storage containers for like gubbins and bits for bigger projects or whatever. I don't have any of those brackets that people get. Certainly don't have any silver I can just put in there. That being said, do I have some colloidal silver in my... Maybe I make... Oh my god, that's such a good idea, what I've just thought of. Making a mix specifically... And this is why this shouldn't actually have happened. This is why I'm a little bit sus about my window cleaner's water. And whether or not that's the cause of it, because I think it happened after my last refill, and I started to get mold after that. Because I always use distilled water in it, and that way, obviously, you know that you're putting water that is, ultra purified in. But if I have some colloidal silver, a little bit of that in. I do. Right. I know we need to paint. It's not the looking at it. It's at some stage we want to really be palette cammed as well, and I'm trying to find best practices with it. I believe I will have to. We've got loads of foams. We've got like 4 foams, and I will just do what I can to mitigate it quickly. Deal with it. This won't take too long. Just wash that there. Give each of these a clean. Did you say what your plan was for the day, Diane? TD? So much shit to sort out at home. So much home shit to sort out. It's going to end up starting to affect me if I don't get that shit sorted out today and tomorrow. ISO. Brush. Yeah. Interesting. Definitely just like biofilm build up has occurred of some sort, which shouldn't be happening with my palette, not the way that I treat it. I have the copper in there. That should certainly, like, especially it's sitting in the corners, maybe it's not copper, what I've got there. Then also I'm putting distilled water in, what's meant to be distilled water. Well, it wouldn't be pure zinc, would it? Like, isn't zinc a bit like magnesium? It, like, kicks off a bit in water. I know magnesium's worse, I think. But isn't zinc in, like, really thin strips, like, capable of, like, kicking off in water?
No, and yeah, a bit like yeah. It's like the same. It's on the same line of but it's the less reactive, higher one up, isn't it? To magnesium. Is that right? I feel like they're in the same. What the hell would you call that? Column. No, just call it the column. But I think there's a particular word for it when you're talking about the elemental tables. I am going to take a toothpick. These corners where there's still a little bit of guff. A little bit of isopropyl. Again. Make sure that any biological material is broken up and not holding. It may just be paint. But same group or family? Yeah, family. Yeah, I think they do say that, right? For the columns. And then like you would also, and then it would be to do with electron cluster or something. It's to do with size, or like the sort of rows, really, to a degree, isn't it? Or like it's almost a part of the I think it's a long time since I did chemistry, and chemistry was, to be fair, it was all right. Chemistry, biology, I was crap at, or not great at. Oh, this is a lovely noise. Yeah, I'm going to mute myself whilst I do this. Fucking hell. Horrible noise. Didn't want to put you guys through that one. Now, or if we get away, if we not swear. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh my lord! No, my words. This is why I had to. This is another reason why I had to a little while back sack off ever using AI, because I was like, I feel like I am getting dumber using AI. I'm forgetting my words. I'm not being able to reach for them as easily because it uses really like dumbed down language anyway, and I end up in a conversation with like a really like not very fuck AI, like just the actual like the kind of thing that you end up interacting with in a lot of ways, just for technical questions and nothing else. And even then, people should have their own AIs on their computers. As opposed to using these massive ones. That's pretty much my take on those at the moment. And it shouldn't be allowed to scrape music really, or art or anything, almost, but not openly on the internet off of people's stuff that's potentially like livelihoods. It's all a mess, isn't it? That shit. But elements, yes, elements. Zinc, maybe. I don't know. But again, doesn't strike me as it's very orange for copper. But then copper is orange. Maybe there's just some gouges like in the copper that's got something I wouldn't want in there. It could be all sorts of things. Could just be time.
But time shouldn't be a factor when you're keeping the actual area clean. Anyway, alright, it's a long time since I've had that problem. So I know I'm spending a little time dealing with it, but I'm doing my best to hopefully not have it happen again for a while. I'm going to throw a little bit of colloidal silver in with my distilled water. And I get this foam pad in. Put a little bit of colloidal silver in and shake it up with its with the distilled water. Oh, cool! I have 4 in this one, and I have another pack. Okay, that's good. What we were talking about earlier in the stream is like we need to get another halogen lamp at least for the. Oh no, that's just come up and folded over on itself, and it looks like there's 4, but there's actually just 2 spare in there. Okay. And I know there's at least 2 in the other pack. But I hate having to throw them away. It feels so wasteful. And not a nice material to be having to return to the earth. Okay, so. Maybe we have. There you go. There is like a biofilm on the top of my distilled water in this. I think that's what that is. It's not clear. Okay. So we are not filling it up with that at the moment. Right. We can use filtered water. That'll be fine. So that either means that somehow I've contaminated the inside of that, which I could see having happened. It's been a long time since I've cleaned it, ultimately. Like, vigorously, my distilled water container. Yeah, I think we'll use filtered water. Still will. That's going to need to just basically either go through the washing machine, or I'm going to have to give it like a really awkward little thing to clean. Maybe a pipe cleaner of the right size might fix it up with some soap. I don't know. Okay. Sorry about this not painting, but it's good that I've spotted that. Let's see what this distilled water bottle that I've got is looking like behind some light. Try not to disturb it as I get it out. After all, this is in the dark, whereas the other one is in the light. I need my phone. I need my phone and a torch. And I might as well show you me checking it. Appreciate you coming in, TD. It looks clear, but it is in the dark all the time. Maybe it's just that container I've contaminated that I fill up my palette with. So you're not going to see the clarity from there, but
It might just be that it's in the dark. I don't know. Maybe possible that like getting paint into distilled water over time you build up a biofilm from paint. Doesn't seem likely to me. Going to be getting well, I hope to get a metal tap for this soon as well. Maybe just walking through the air as well, like this, with it open, you know, could be enough. But that is my own drinking water that I've used now. Why does the foam kind of look like it's not actually expanding like it usually does? Oh, is it? It's just acting weird. Yeah, I mean, anyway, point being, kind of want to treat, you know, your palette like a clean zone or something, you know, what's the word for it? Biology free zone. What is it when they go into, when they have science labs that like you know, hazmat suits only or whatever, and they have to scrub up before they go in. This, obviously, I've got to now empty that and clean it, and that's going to have to be a really thorough clean. It's just distilled water. It literally costs me nothing if it's distilled water. To be fair, I guess the point is it could not be distilled, and that's why we're having the contamination. Not going to help using just tap water. I'm just literally putting hot water in there to try and break up the body of any sort of biofilm quickly. Touch of soap now. I don't really have anything suitable for cleaning this in my life. I don't have pipe cleaners of the right size, and I obviously can't get my finger in there. So I feel like it's almost like a dishwasher-ish like a problem to give to the dishwasher. Or if I can just sort it out with hot water, soap, and ISO.
Let's just try ISO first, and then let it evaporate out, and then. So I need this to hand. I need my water to hand, especially in this apartment. Hot water, soap, and isopropyl. I would have thought would fix it. Now, also, I realise I have this to do as well, because this might have. I mean, it looks pretty good. The outside of this bottle looks like garbage, actually, but the inside of it looks clear as day. No build up anywhere, really. That's filled up with drinking water. We'll leave what's in those for now, because there's nothing obvious in there. Come on, ISO. Evaporate already. Is that ISO, or is that remainder of the water that I couldn't get out or something? Fill with this. I'm gonna fill with it, and just have to keep an eye on it, and I might have to bother the lads who do the windows next time, and just ask them if their water quality is up to the standard it should be. Probably best not. It's the sort of thing that would actually probably upset a pole window cleaner, because it's like the most important thing, pretty much. What a faff. Okay, just gonna make some let the pinks go in. So we're probably not that far off of being able to call these pinks done, but sort that out. That's a big wash, horrible bit of wash, isn't it? Here, we've got to smooth them out at least a little bit, those bits. Right, I'm going to stick pink on Balletto. Right, we've got Fulgrim on. I should get fresh paint water. Emperor's Children. Now I'm going to literally just throw a couple of drops of Lamy and medium right next to both of them. It's like about 3 drops of paint each in little piles. A little bit heavy for sure. Let's get rid of those bad bits. That's what we want. That's what we want. Just gotta be careful with it. Yeah, this is much better. So I'm actually using just the Emperor's Children at the moment, mixed with some Lamy and medium. So it's a nice glaze, but still has a nice body to it, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That means that we can get into all of those in-between bits, which are all just a little dark from the wash. Smooth it out. Actually does have the tiniest little bit of Fulgrim in. Fair. Too little paint this time. Get used to the load. Okay. So yeah, just a lot of these shadows, just a bit too purpley, need knocking down. Or bringing up, should I say, not knocking down. The brush is looking pretty worse for wear. This is now a mix of the two, again with Lamy medium. Need to hit those a bit better. Yeah, just. Can I get you off, please? No, it's a tiny, tiny bit of guff. Oh, it moved. Yes. It could be blown off. Wonderful. Phrasing. Lots of phrasing issues today. This clearing of the throat is rather tiresome. Do there as well, actually, just with the Emperor's Children Lamia mix. Could be using any other pinks, really, of course, from any other companies. But these are the ones we are using. Okay, I've loaded up, but there's a bit of guff there. Guff, that's a term that I use for little bits of either mold line that have maybe not come off in the cleaning process, dust. Often, most commonly, I am referring to dust that I'm picking up on my brush or depositing on the model. That adds to, that gives microtexture that you don't want. Which is why I've always got the tweezers to hand. Which other ones? There's still a few I want to lighten up a bit. In these darker parts. Oh God, I've got no idea where he was going to go. apparently, with that sequence. Oh, good God. I don't think you guys hear that. But well, I am due another break in a little bit, but I want to get this pink finished now. I've brought up most of the worst areas that were a little bit too much in shadow, but there's a few spots here still. And it's like I pick up a little bit of guff every time. There's a few spots I still want to just... Right, my phone also is not on silent by the sounds of things. Cool. Oh, we've definitely gone a little lighter now than this one, just a touch. So that's fine. As long as I just felt like we were too low value, dark, low value on this one. We're good now, I think, pretty much. Just a couple of other spots to sort out, but it's consistent. Don't like to do void blending, but sometimes it's just the easiest thing to do. Even if it's the riskiest thing sometimes too. Good, 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 good. Although I will just go and call him. To be fair, it's so quiet in chat at the moment. I will just go and call my bro and see what he wants, but obviously not. Either not mentioned my schedule to him, which I thought I did, but maybe that was to some other people. Maybe it was to a mate. Now I'm basically like Emperor's Children, Fulgrim Pink, 50-50 mix. Tiny bit of Lamy and medium. I'm using, probably can see myself using more medium, and I wonder whether or not it's time to start making my own Lamy and medium. Shall talk to Mr. Pigments. See what he says. See if we can figure something out. So I don't have to buy the expensive juice. I think I might, at the end of all of this, pink, give it like a little glaze of an all-over glaze or something. Try and tie everything in. Not sure. I don't want to end up getting rid of shadows, but just feel like a lot of this could be smoother than it is. I'm not a huge fan of the feeling of smoothness I've managed to achieve. It could be better. Markedly, but it's coming out okay. We're worrying about nothing. To avoid out, probably, but I'm taking advantage of the dryness a little bit. Yeah, magnesium wood, yeah. See paint building up. I better soap it up. Jammed that in. Croaky today, a little croaky, a little froggy in the throat, but I suppose that is what it is. What is being sent to me by my bro. Yes, just silly memes. Just silly memes. They're on similar sort of stage. Gotta start adding some retarder or something to the water as well, because this dry tip is starting to annoy me. Okay, quiet Monday stream. Hope everyone has enjoyed it anyway so far. And push on with this painting. Hope everyone's having a good Monday, either way. Oh, dry tip of brush. Please fucking stop. I'm not fucking tearing the end of the brush off it at the moment. Hey, how's it going? Ah. It's not my best work. This isn't. It's I don't like it. I feel like that one looks a bit better, but neither of them are great. They're not box art standard at all. Frustrating. Thing is, like I don't know if there's really like an all-over glaze I can do to bring it all together. A shade isn't going to do it. We'll just try an all-over glaze. We'll just try one anyway. And I hope that it smooths a lot of this out. It's literally may knock a few, especially if I let it deposit too much in those areas of it, may knock a few shadows down. Or may brighten a few shadows, but okay, this tune can fuck off. Yes, you can do your scales. Amazing. Fuck off. Like quite a lot of his music, Asher Fuller, right? That track. Fuck off. Sorry if anyone was enjoying that. Just felt like, you know when you get someone who's a guitarist and they just twiddle, like to like make guitar noises and make it look like try to be impressive, but it's just like willy 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 willy, and it's like it's not very impressive. Felt a little bit like that for a second there. Just ever so slightly smooth it out. In a few spots, but right. Cheers, dude. Yeah, okay. Gonna work the inside of this up big time. Is that too bright? We'll see. Good, dude. Good. Good. Very loaded there, aren't I? He's an alt. Where's the other one of these? It's all stood over there, all built up, isn't it? No, we need to go in with the straight up as children. So. Yeah. It's all right. Getting interference from the lamp on the end of the brush as I try to get into these spots and still have it visible on camera. But frankly, I don't think I'm going to actually really get these brush strokes probably on camera. I would assume I'm probably not even getting them now that I've said that. Just a very awkward spot to paint. One of those places you could certainly, if you wanted to, paint beforehand and glue together with super glue. But as long as the eye's alright, I don't think it ends up mattering too much, because the eye definitely ends up being the focal point. Yeah, cool. It's drying fairly unevenly. Don't recall my brush strokes ending quite soon, but no worries. Get some black and some white and get this eye done. And the gold will be the next thing to do on this one. We can all have them needing gold. That'll be great. So we'll do this eye. We'll pick up the silver discs and we'll give those a careful dry brush. Frankly. And a little drop of very thin down blue, I think. Actually, just a sort of straight blue, maybe even Vallejo air. And put some isopropyl in it, maybe a tiny touch of isopropyl. Get a really high flow and just drop it into the recesses of the metal discs, and then give them a dry brush. I think the dry brush could be probably done beforehand though. As I'm careful inserting or even an ink wash should do it. Think about it. Ink wash with thinner. Cool, man. Put that to dry. I know that these are green, but if we actually do it this colour, then I think we can probably just come in with a yellow on these eyes. Turn them green. Okay, I'm going to get everything up to a to gold point together, so that I can mix up the gold and gold. I love gold. Oh, my throat, my voice is gone. Probably being in a fucking pub having to speak loudly as well last night. Better use of the space. Easy on the eyes. Since it's been applied to an eye. This blue shade is nice on the eyes. Yeah, it's we're using the dark turquoise from Rogue Hobby's signature stuff from Pro Acryl. That's what this blue is. It's a dark turquoise. I am a big fan of it. Fan of all of Suggs's paint choices she made with Pro Acryl. It was a paint set that I knew I had to have, just with a sort of high colour intensity, as I do like to use. Mucho colorino. Saturato. Mucho saturato. Alright. Okay. I'm just going to go over. I'm happier going over with this blue and making sure that I hit all of these spots, which I'm going to turn green. I hope and expect. We just need to get a transparent yellow on this, and it should green up, right? I think that's how that works. There you go. Right, now I'm just going to use ice blue to brighten up towards the centre, and then we'll drop a pupil in. Fix that bit on the bink later. Probably should have done the eye beforehand, shouldn't I? It's fucking inside the pink. A bit silly of me, but it's easy mistakes to fix. Cool. I think maybe we just go pure ice blue on the last bits. Do enjoy painting eyes. Have I finally thrown that away, that black bottle? Have I stashed that somewhere else I can't see right now? Not got it out on the table. I know it was very low, and I was literally like on the last drops of it. Probably thrown it away, haven't I guess. Can't see it. There you go. Starting to hear it click. It's got a how would you call it? Mixing ball. Let's just call it that. It's not the word I'm thinking of, but bloody hell. Bloody hell, it must be so bloody thick with so much bloody paint. Alright, vortex. I'm gonna, I don't know why it's not on. It's probably because I think that there are certain sounds which are quite nice to have on the stream, and I think that there are a bunch of other sounds which aren't, ultimately. Oh, noise gate and noise suppressor are on, apparently. But they're just not really making a goddamn difference. Okay. Alright, cool. Okay, I think I know how to sort that out. Filters, noise suppression. Let's try that. I don't know if that'll help, but and we'll want white as well, or ivory. Pretty sure this is empty, this bottle of ivory as well, isn't it? We've got a fresh one underneath it. Why I'm keeping it, let's see. Oh yeah, you can almost hear the paint crack inside that bottle as I squeezed it. It was a drop of paint. It's the last of it, I think, though. Oh, look at that apple a little bit. Right, to make that a little wider in the middle. I'll take too much more out of the striations on the eye that we've got there. Okay, that's great. Go on, paint. What was going on there? I don't really like that. Come back in with the black there, I think. Let's call that done. Right, let's just quickly. What I want process yellow. Ink. Some people say eyes are too small to freehand. Turns out they just need models with bigger eyes. Yeah. I mean, like, I try to do that with, well, I don't try and do the striations, because that's, yeah, it's lovely to have a big eye in order to do those striations, because that's, when you look into eyes, it's all these, like, it's all these strands that kind of, like, twist up from the depths, almost, from the darker parts. These lighter strands kind of, like, twist up and, like, meet and split and meet again and stuff like that. And everyone's eyes are obviously, like, you know, unique, supposedly. I think I believe that. Apart from maybe, I suppose, identical twins. I wonder even if identical twins' eyes are slightly different, or if they actually are just, as the word implies, identical. Anyway, I try to do like these little bits with the pupil. I always try and do like a couple of little dots on either side or something. But there's not usually enough space to do a little transition of like a lighter colour to a darker colour, is there? Oh, is this a bit... Yeah, we're meant to be coming in as a glaze with this in order to turn it green. Come on, Mad Cat, chill out. Still getting used to this CMYK glazing jazz. Oh shit. Fine. It's nice in a way if you get. I should just be doing like single glaze, not like leaving big deposits in certain places, but I'm trying to sort of just do like a nice dark green to sort of like almost yellow in a single pass. Really, the thing to do would be to do it in a few passes. A little bit more control. But thanks, dude. Thank you very much. Oh, hey, wrong move. De-evolvis, that was, I guess. Me, like Elvis, devolving as I spoke. Probably green enough, what we've done there. And it's probably yellow enough, but try and get. Can I just get rid of that? Did I get rid of it? Is it still there? I think I got rid of it. There's a little bit of like hair that was on there, or dust, really. I don't know if this is the way. Need to go darker green on it around the edges big time, so maybe just grab olive green in a second and wash it around to darken it back down. Yeah, bit of olive green, I think. Really ready for the metallics for them all at the same time. This is a great tune. Magical Gravity. Asher's done a good one on this. Oh, it's getting a little busy though and loud. That. I want to know. It's almost turned into. I happen to have a fire alarm in my ears now. I have to change this track now. I've said that too. Use my finger to kind of remove any that I've leave on the top, because I kind of want it to be more in the recesses. Hopefully that's actually working and I'm not just pulling all of the paint that's in there off. These are my squidgy budgy fingers. Well, they're not really pudgy, but they do have a bit of a squidge to them. I guess that's just the nature of being a big meat popsicle. Meat popsicle imbued with soul. Meat popsicle imbued with soul. Launch into life. I actually think they will look better with a little bit all over it, won't it? Yes. And we can come back in with some yellow as the final yellow and white and final highlight. Turn them into some decent looking gems, because they're not meant to be like creepy eyes or anything. Well, that's good. I like that. My brush is in terrible loaded state there. Naughty. Try and get this onto these nicely and right, if I just put a defining line around them and maybe a white dot, we might be okay. Not entirely sure about this approach that we've taken on these. I think get black around them, it'll help me know if I've done an okay job, and if just a little dot highlight will make them look okay. Yes, I think from the first one that we actually did all the way around, and it does look like that will be fine for just a nice highlight. Cool, yeah, nice. Come on, I need you to work with me now. Not exactly what I was after. I have to run with that, but come on, I need you to be sharp. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. Behaving itself a little bit better now. Oh, abrupt ending to that track. Tiny mix of olive green and black, just doing a few. That'll do, I think. They're not the best, but they're not perfect, but they look kind of nice, and then with the gold around them, as long as I keep the black around it, it should be nice. Okay, ready for gold, ready for gold, ready for gold. These boyos, are they ready for gold? Yeah, they kind of are, really. That's ready for gold. Yes, that's ready for gold. Is this actually ready for gold? Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I'll stand up. Definitely need to do that. Usually we would finish now. And I do need to get on with a load of stuff. But. Okay, actually, Drakenhof Nightshade would just do fine, won't it? It's not super blue and it's not super dark. I think Drakenhof would be fine. In the recesses, we've got to get it in, in a few spots. Then we'll drop it onto the palette, bring it off there. I'm going to need at least, I would say, 5 drops of that for what we've got to do. We need to do the insides of these as well, don't we? Okay. So, right, I know what to do with that. We are just going to drop some green shade in first. Pick out all of the details that way. A lot easier with everything defined with a wash like that. Being as it's gold all around those, we can actually crack on straight away with the blue. Drakenhof. Just gonna do this with. Interesting sound effects. Some sort of industrial work going on. Or, you know, fabrication of something by the sounds of things. Kind of sounds like it could be some sort of a sewing, some sort of machine to do with clothing. I'm not sure. That is probably a little bit heavy that time. Let's see if move it around. Back into a few spots. Do want it around here a little bit. Around these areas, to be fair. Hopefully those guys in the middle are drying okay. Oh, scratchy throat. I think I am going to shoot off. Annoying. Don't need a scratchy throat right now. Right, I'm going to have to shoot off, chap. Sorry. Need to hydrate. Not feeling 100% actually. Right. Ready for non-metallic, ready for the metallic gold. Pretty much all of these are now. I'll carry on putting this on there for now, but yeah, I'm going to shoot off. Thanks for tuning in, everyone who did.
If you enjoyed that
Remember,
episode of
this
Beyond the Box Art,
this outro
make sure
needs
to follow me
updating.
on all my social medias.
If you want to buy any miniatures,
and if it pleases you to procure one of my
send us a
painted
message.
pieces, you can peruse the eBay shop.
commissioned, do the same.
And if you really enjoy the content,
But
you
all
can
the social
support me
medias
directly
are all
at ko-fi.com
correct. You can support me there.
/beyond.